On February 15th, 2026, the world lost one of the greatest actors who ever lived. But Robert Duvall didn't leave this world in scandal, chaos, or tragedy. He passed peacefully at 95, holding the hand of the woman he loved on his quiet Virginia ranch. It was almost unfair, such a gentle ending for a man whose presence on screen could command absolute silence with a single glance. 7 decades of work, 1 Oscar, 7 nominations. Roles that didn't just define eras, they redefined what acting itself could be. Robert Duvall never played characters. He vanished into them. Before the legend, there was invisibility. Long before Hollywood knew his name, Duvall was just another struggling actor in New York, sharing a cramped apartment with two equally unknown dreamers, Dustin Hoffman and Gene Hackman. And they survived on odd jobs, post office shifts, furniture hauling, cooking, anything to keep the lights on. Fame felt impossibly far away. Those years taught Duvall something his prettier, luckier peers never learned: patience, observation, truth. Born in San Diego in 1931 to a Navy admiral father, Duvall grew up in a world of discipline and rigid expectations. His childhood was defined by military bases and emotional restraint. Acting was not encouraged. Stability was valued. Creativity was secondary. Yet something inside him resisted that structure. After serving in the Army, he made a choice that baffled his family. He moved to New York and studied under Sanford Meisner. While the world ignored him, Duvall studied people. He watched how strangers spoke in diners, how men stood at bus stops, how silence could say more than dialogue. He was quietly becoming a master of human behavior. His breakthrough came in To Kill a Mockingbird, where he played the mysterious Boo Radley. He barely spoke, yet haunted the entire film. It was a preview of what made Duvall extraordinary: restraint. Then came the role that changed everything. In 1972, The Godfather introduced audiences to Tom Hagen, the calm, calculating consigliere. Duvall's performance earned him his first Oscar nomination. He didn't dominate scenes, he controlled them. Power whispered through his stillness. 2 years later, he returned in The Godfather Part 2. Hollywood finally understood what it had. He followed with unforgettable turns in Apocalypse Now, Network, The Great Santini, and Lonesome Dove. Even with limited screen time, Duvall made characters seismic. His napalm in the morning scene alone became cinematic legend. In 1983, he won his Academy Award for Tender Mercies, portraying a broken country singer searching for redemption. He sang himself. He lived inside the pain. Audiences forgot they were watching an actor. But his most profound transformation happened off-screen. At 70, Duvall met Luciana, an Argentine actress 41 years his junior. Against convention and whispers, they built a quiet life together on a Virginia ranch. She became his anchor, his peace. After 3 failed marriages, he finally found contentment far from Hollywood. He kept working into his 80s, earning yet another Oscar nomination in The Judge. Age didn't weaken him, it refined him. In 2025, Gene Hackman passed away. One of the last links to those desperate New York years was gone. Friends noticed Duvall growing reflective. He held Luciana's hand more tightly. He spent longer afternoons watching the countryside glow. And then, in February 2026, he simply let go. No spectacle, no struggle, just quiet. Robert Duvall leaves behind something far greater than awards. He leaves a masterclass in artistry, proof that greatness comes from discipline, humility, and disappearing completely into the truth of a character. Boo Radley, Tom Hagen, Kilgore, Max Sledge. These aren't performances, they're monuments. He didn't fade away, he finished on his own terms, surrounded by love, dignity intact, legacy secured. Robert Duvall's final role wasn't on screen. It was a life lived fully. And that may have been his greatest performance of all.